Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Course Creators Circle Summit. We are a few minutes early in kicking off today, and that's because I wanted to come in and introduce myself, set up some housekeeping messages and some stuff along the way. And I can already see people joining us in the live stream. So a big hello to everyone joining us. Please, in the comments, introduce yourself. Tell me who you are, where you're wanting to teach, what you want to learn from this Course Creation Summit. And I would love to share this journey with you over the next couple of days. For those of you who have not met me before, my name is Reed-Enever. I'm a Thinkific approved expert. I am the founder of the Course Creators Circle, and I also lead the impact team here at Enever Group. And I am excited to be bringing to you amazing experts, amazing tips and tricks to help you create your courses over the next couple of days. So if we are all hearing me and seeing things go live, I'm going to do a bit of a tech check now as well. Can you give me a thumbs up and just let me know that that is all working? Can you wave hello? Whatever you need to do, just let me know that you can hear us on the live stream while I do my quick tech check as well. And then we will go through our today's session. Which is my first session, which is where to start when creating your first course. So I am very excited to see you. Now, if you're in the Facebook group, you just need to be able to connect Restream through, and I'm just popping that into the chat now so that you are there. I can see people saying good morning to me. If you want your name to pop up. If not, we will still see your stuff come through the chat, but if you want to pop your name up in there, that would be great. I am so excited to be bringing you this summit. We've got amazing people coming through this journey with us. I've got experts coming in from Thinkific. I've got Aaron coming in, joining us next. We've got other people coming through, and there is my lesson number 1. Always mute your phone. I hadn't checked everything, but it's just a great opportunity for you to learn some stuff about courses. So whatever you are looking to learn about courses, please let me know today. Please let me know in the chat. Go through some questions. And the experts that we wrap up with tomorrow at 11 a.m. Australian time, I'm going to throw some of these questions that you keep putting in the next day or so to our people. There is a different link for each session. I will share with you the upcoming link on the YouTube channel if you like, after we get off the session for the next one that's coming up, or you will find them in the Course Creators Circle group or on YouTube or on the Facebook channel from there. Okay, let's start with a little bit of networking. Tell me where you are. Okay, tell us where we can find you. Okay, so that we can find you on Facebook and we can get to network and follow your course creation journey. And also just pop in the comments if you're teaching a course already or if you're not teaching a course. Charles, collecting tax and VATs, none of us are qualified for that one, so we won't be able to do that today. I love that you want to do it, but it's not something that any of us are qualified as an accountant. We might look at bringing in an accountant or someone who can do international tax law at another stage in time. We don't want to have people who are not qualified talk on those sorts of topics, but I will definitely have it there for you. I know Thinkific is working on something in relation to that in particular as well. But no, we need to have the qualified accountants inside that space. But I appreciate your question. And I love that you're engaging with us already. So that is fantastic. Okay, so let's see where we are. We've got a few more minutes officially before we start. And then we'll delve into today's presentation. So presentations will be around 45 minutes each, okay? And then we'll move off and we'll have 40 minutes each and Q&A and those sorts of things from there. So we're going to go through the software and the things that we use in my journey throughout the day. And I've got a link, and I should grab that up for you now. We've got a link. If you actually put it up on the QR code up on the screen, if the tools that we all talk about throughout the summit, I have got on bear with me, very fancy. Let's put the graphic up. We've got a QR code here that's on screen. So if you scan that QR code, you'll get access to the tools that we are mentioning throughout today, and that will take you through to a list of all the tools that we have available. So that we're mentioning and we're talking about today. Tools that we have available might be something slightly different, but we are so excited to get into today's summit. I'm just going to give everyone else just a few more seconds to be able to find us, and before we delve into the presentation, please, as I've said before, share your details with us, let us know. And as I said, the resources, the tools and everything that we mentioned throughout the summit today will be available there on that QR code. And I'll also pop in into chat. Just been a while since I've used Reteam. Good morning, Stacey. Thank you. Here is the tools link. Now, for those of us who are in Australia, we are, depending on where you are in Australia, we are currently at either 5 a.m., 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. in the morning. So it's a very early start for us here. And we have tried our best to get across time zones. Okay. I want to respect everyone's time. We are 8:01. We will just give it a few more seconds and when we will delve into it. As I said, I'd really still love to hear from you guys. If you want to make the most out of this, network with the other creators in the comment, in the chats. Pop your details in, pop your information in, and let us know where you are. Let us know where we can find you, because that's how you're going to network with the other creators that are here in the summit are coming along. Okay, I'm going to start today's presentation. As I said, we just want to make sure that we are going through the journey. And giving everyone time. It's 7:30 and 6:30 in NT. Oh gosh, I miss those ones, Stacey. I love it that when we come up and there is other people here that can show me what other times it is in the time zones. I love working in Australia, don't you? It's so great. The tools link is there as well, and we are ready to go. Okay, let's delve into where to start when creating our first course. We are going to move quickly through these sessions so that you can understand, get through the journey, and we respect your time and you get a break in between all of the sessions because it's a big day today. Okay, so when for those of you who don't know me, as I said, my name's Linda Reed-Enever. I love working with business owners like you to educate your market and take your ideas to market. I help you find the point of difference. I help you find where course creation fits within your business. And I'm a brand and marketing strategist first and foremost, but I'm also a trained primary school teacher who loves teaching others what I do. So I've come full circle in my career. I'm going back to teaching, which is amazing. And I do love it every day. Okay, your expertise, the expertise you have, whether it's in a hobby, whether it's in a course, whatever it is that you've got, is valuable. And people want and need your expertise. People are typing into search every day of the week, how do I do insert whatever you're great at. Okay, they are doing that on a regular basis. Yeah, good morning. I'm seeing other people say good morning. Hi, everyone. They are typing those things into search on a regular basis. So making sure that you value the expertise that you have is really good. You've come on a journey, you've come on a path, and people want to learn that knowledge. So never, ever discount the know-how that you have, the skills that you have, because they are the things that people are typing into the internet search every day. And trust me, the things that you take for granted are the things that quite often people are looking for in those search engines on a regular basis. So your expertise is valuable no matter where you are in the journey. Okay, there are some myths around course creation. The first myth I'm going to bust this morning is your first course has to be perfect, because I'm going to tell you that even with the existing courses that we put out there is no such thing as a perfect course. Courses they're a growing phenomenon, even like presentations like this. They have technology involved with them. You'll grow, you'll learn the gaps that you maybe had within your first course, and you will grow with it. And I can tell you what, if you saw my first online course, which is still out there on our school on Thinkific, you would see that it was way too big, packed full of information, and the recording stuff was not so great in that journey. And I most probably will start taking it off later on this year, but it's one of those things that we are there. Good morning. I've got new people joining us. Good morning. I hope everyone's well this morning. Please add where we can find you in the chat links. The other one that we have got, the other thing that we can think about when we're coming into a course creation journey is quite often people come to me and say, I'm not good enough to teach. There's other people already teaching this out there. Now, while there are other people already teaching it out there, the people who want to learn from you want your style. They want how you react, whether it's your energy level, whether it's your knowledge, whether it's your ability to be able to explain it. And I saw this example most perfectly recently in my daughter's Taekwondo class. There are many instructors inside that class, but the one that really works for her, he actually didn't think he was good enough to teach. He had come from a journey and he needed things broken down in a really simple way. But since she's been working with him along with the other instructors, her journey has become really, really well. And this person said, you know, he had some issues and thought that he wasn't good enough to teach kids how to do Taekwondo. And it's amazing seeing it come out into action. So just remember, you are good enough to teach. I don't have the right tools to teach a course. My first course was recorded on, no, it wasn't on a smartphone, but it was recorded on a tablet. It was recorded in the dark, I think. No, it had a bit of light in there. The audio most probably wasn't great, but it was a start. It was an absolute start in creating our courses and getting our journey out there. And the other one that comes up quite often, good morning, Julie. The other one that comes up quite often is, I don't have a big enough following. Now, you can build your following while you create your course, but your following doesn't have to be huge. We don't need hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers to create a course. What we actually need is engage people who are going to engage with the content that we're creating, the stuff that we're putting out, so that they can then learn from us along the way and through that journey. So there are a few course creation myths that are coming up this morning, and bust them if you like. I've also included some links in the URL that I mentioned to you before, so I'll just pop that back up on screen for those looking for it. If you want to get the tools that we mentioned, or any podcasts or anything that I mentioned along the journey today, we'll keep adding them to that QR code and that list over there. And it's also available in chat, and that will just gives you a bit of an idea about following. And we've got some podcast episodes that will help you on that one as well if you want to get in from there. Okay, so we've busted a few myths around course creation this morning. Now the next thing is setting reasonable expectations. Okay, when we take our students on a learning journey, and I like to plan out, we've got some course planning sheets and some things like that we'll go through later on today. I like to take them through what I call wins. So our overall win, our realistic expectation, should take them to the next step in the course rather than offering them a full university degree, because they're not going to study for 4 or 5 years when they're taking your online course. So it's about making sure that you step them through a journey. Now, I like to think about from this point of view that we take them through the next step, and then we break that step down into mini little steps, and they can get a mini little win along the way that will help the students engage with the journey that is available to them in front of that area from there. So make sure that when you're planning your course, and we've got links through to our course planning sheets and those sorts of things for you to have a look at, make sure that you're setting a reasonable expectation, and you're not trying to completely change their life, but you're taking them to the next step within the journey and they learn something, because otherwise students get overwhelmed. And we all know what it's like when we're going to learn self-paced. We want to make sure that it is simple and easy for us to get through that journey and learn a little bit more. I'm just going to bring myself into the corner here. That's a bit better throughout the journey, and that gives you a bit bigger screen. Okay, so the next component in our journey, apart from setting reasonable expectations, is making sure we ask ourselves some questions. Now, these questions, sorry, I'm just going to take a step order. So, is there this course? Are these people asking you questions on a regular basis? Are you that you're in Facebook groups or communities maybe where people don't know the answers to stuff that you think is basic knowledge? Because quite often there is a need then for your course. The next component is, who is your ideal student for this course? Now, you might have a number of ideal students, but who is your ideal student for the course? Whose pain point are you going to solve in this course? You don't want to solve everyone's pain point, but you want to look at who is your ideal student. Now, for me, when I put my courses together, we were talking about, who do I want to help? I want to help small business owners make impact. Now, not all small business owners can afford my service fee. So my ideal student for me was a small business owner wanting to make impact with their marketing, and they were sitting in between the levels of having to search on YouTube to needing a little bit of guidance or coming into my membership, and then moving through to our one-on-one coaching with me. And there's only so much one-on-one coaching that I have. What is the price point that I'm considering? Now, the price point that you consider when you're putting in a course, now there's lots of things that will come into pricing that comes into effect, but the price point you are considering when you're teaching your course is, what are we going to, bear with me just a second. What costs have you got involved? So you might need to think about the LMS that you're going to use, whether that's Thinkific and I'm obviously Thinkific approved expert, so I'll keep talking about that one today. But whether it's Thinkific or what time is it going to take, and also just a bit of a calculation about, if someone spent this many hours with you in a workshop, and I had, you had 50 students, what would your per head piece be per class? And you want to make sure that you're not charging less than an in-person experience with you, but you're not charging, you're not charging more than an in-person experience with you, because you still want that to be a high one. But you're also not charging so little out of your course. No-brainer course pricing is a great, but if they can't see the perceived value in the course, then the student doesn't buy anyway. So you need to tread that fine line between having value and in the course, and having a no-brainer price. How do I want to teach my students? So we'll go through course planning a little bit, teaching live. We've got a whole session tomorrow on teaching for you. But how do I want to teach my students? Do I want to teach them live? Do I want to teach them in a group level? Do I want to have some evergreen video? Do I want to set this on autopilot and have passive income? So there are a number of course teaching styles. Do you want to be on camera? For some people, being on camera is confronting. I do say in course creation, though, we do need to be on camera for at least two things. And one's our promo video and the introduction and the wrap up of our course, so that we make sure that our students do get a face-to-face connection with us as a teacher along the way. So how do you want to teach your students? Do you want to teach them live in a classroom, live stream environment like this? And this is a good strategy and lead magnet to use, guys, in case you haven't thought about it, to do a webinar or do a presentation or a summit. Okay. And then, or do you want to, deliver evergreen courses? Do you want to drip the content out to them? That's another one as well. And then, do I have the time to create a course? Because a course creation is a big journey. We trip over our words, we do a whole heap of things. We want to make sure that we've actually carved out the time to create our course. So if you're thinking that you can put a course together over a weekend, well, yeah, you can build the framework of it, but the recording might take you a little time. No, you're welcome, Stephanie. Don't stress at all. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. There will be a little bit of replay along the way as well. I'm saying hi to everyone this morning. So yeah, please don't feel bad that you're joining in at any stage in time, but do you have the time to create the course? So do you have that time within your diary? Now, I'm a big believer in time blocking, and we talk about time blocking planning sheets in everything that we do. So if you need it, there is the opportunity for you to be able to jump in and, start to break out that time, but maybe carve out a couple of days. I've got to the stage now that my office and my life gets so busy, I like to go away to record my courses. I'll nut the things out and I'll book a couple of days away so that I can go and have that time focused on creating the course, recording it, and making sure that I don't trip over my words so much by getting distracted by noises, etc., around the house and the office here. Okie dokie. So they are a couple of questions to ask. We'll just give our internet a little bit of time to catch up with us. Teach what you know. Okay. When you're going through this course creation journey, teach the things you are good at. Now, they are the things that you can do standing on your head, that every day of the week. And apologies if you can hear the car background noise. It is off to school time here. So they're getting ready, the family are getting ready to go. Teach the things you are good at. Teach the things that you are second nature. So as I said, don't forget those second nature things. Teach the things that people ask you about. If your clients or your prospective clients are asking you questions on a regular basis, or you're getting asked questions inside a Facebook group on a regular basis, then chances are there are more than just those clients typing that stuff into search. And teach the stuff you can talk about for hours. The stuff you can talk about for hours that you light up with full passion to be able to teach people, that's the stuff that is going to be easy for you to teach, easy for you to put in course creation plans, and easy for you to put in guides along the way. Okie dokie, let's move forward. Okay, teach what you've learned. So as we go through our course creation journey, we've all picked up knowledge and expertise. Teach those things that you've learned that are second nature, the things that you wished you knew when you started in your industry or in your journey along the way. The shortcuts and the steps that you know as well, they are all really handy things that you can teach along the way to your people. So making sure that you teach what you know along the way is a really good opportunity for you as well. And I love being able to teach what I know to other people. It's amazing to be able to share that knowledge and that expertise. And the presentation just went a bit short, weird on me. And the other thing is teach your shortcuts and steps, okay? The shortcuts, the way that you know how to do something, the hacks, the tips, the tricks, like we're doing here as experts today, teaching you the different knowledge and know-how we have around course creation. Teach that to people. People love to know a shortcut. And if you can show them that, then that is going to be great for you along the way. Teach what your students are searching for. Okay, Answer the Public is an amazing tool. Okay, you're able to type into Answer the Public a keyword that you want to be known for. And that will then bring up a whole heap of search results for your knowledge and your expertise about what people are typing into search, including the how-to, the why of doing this. Look at those keywords, and you'll also find the questions being asked if you use Answer the Public around those, like in places like Quora, and all of those areas where you can go and actually answer those questions around. You'll start to know about it. But when you type into Answer the Public what your people are searching for, you'll get your blog post ideas that will help you market your course. You'll get tips and tricks along the way that will help you get an idea, and you'll be able to almost come up with a name for your course. Now, don't be too clever when you name your course. When you name your course, try and put it in as something people are typing into search. It's half the battle. if you can put the course in and answer their question about what their problem they're trying to solve, then you are getting halfway through the battle there. Okay, so we're going to work through now. Stephanie loves Answer the Public. So do I. I really do love Answer the Public. It's a really handy tool. What we're going to do now is we're going to work together on getting those ideas out. As I said, today is all about um, going through this journey and understanding how to start when teaching your first course. So we'll start on getting those ideas out and helping you go through this planning process. Technology wise, as I said, we've put some tips in there and tips and tricks for you to be able to have a look at technology. I'm putting up the QR code now for you to scan. If you want to scan that QR code, that will take you through to the tools, the checklists, all of those things that we are using within our course creation journey over here. To help you be able to create your courses as well. And I will also pop the link into chat again, so that anyone who's just joining us is getting in. If you are just joining us, I am seeing new faces join us as we come through the panel this morning. Please jump in and tell us where you are in chat. We would love to be able to connect with you as well. There are lots of people joining us in this evening, so I would love to know where you are, what you want to teach, and how we are going to connect. Now, I'm actually going to run you through an exercise here on our course creation planning sheets, which are available on the Course Creators Circle website if you want to go and have a look at them. And if I'm smart, I'll be able to grab the link up. It is on those tools, but I'll grab the link up for you now. And what we're going to do is run through a little bit of an exercise about planning your course. So if you haven't already, grab a sheet of paper and be ready to write some notes with me as we go through this journey. Here is our course creation planning sheets. Let me copy the link. Okie dokie. As I said, tech-wise, don't stress too much. Good morning. There's more people from Australia. That's great. Here we go. Here is. Okay. So tech-wise, just think about phone, your smartphone, a really good microphone, those sorts of things are really all that you need to start creating your course. You don't need to have the world's best systems. And you could possibly have a look at the opportunity of maybe bringing in some, even then get some natural light. I'm sitting by morning, do have a bit of backlight by me, and I have a light on the side, but I don't have a huge amount of light sitting in here to be able to light me up and just bring a bit of light onto my face. But the best things that you can possibly do is get the knowledge out there. That's the big thing. Stephanie is from the Caregiver Evolution Center in Florida. Thank you very much for answering us this morning, Stephanie. If you'd like to pop a link in, we'd love to follow you. That would be great. And I'd love to encourage everyone else to do the same. Okay, let's have a look at getting those ideas out. Okay, so there are inside the tools that we've talked in there today: positioning your course in the market, monetizing your knowledge, our course planning sheets. We've also got an educational marketing toolkit in there, and there's a 30-day trial with Thinkific inside those links on the QR code, which I'll pop up again on screen now because I forgot where my presentation slides were going to be. I love it when I make a mistake live teaching because it teaches you guys that you can continue to go through and make mistakes along the way as well. Okie dokie, we are respecting everyone's time. We're going to look at getting those, starting to plan our course. So from getting our ideas out point of view, we want to go to Answer the Public. We want to brainstorm, and I'm just going to run you, before we jump into planning, a brainstorming exercise around what do I know? So for 2 seconds, write down everything that you know. Second nature, don't filter it, just write down everything that you know. The next thing that I want you to do in this course creation journey is write down the things you wish your clients or you wish your people knew before coming to you. Okay, the next tip along the way, the next thing that I want you to think about is to write down the things that people refer to you for, the things that people are sending people to you on a regular basis for, or they're tagging you in Facebook groups. The third thing that I want you to write down is the things that you are passionate about seeing change within your industry or seeing people empowered to do. And the final one that I want you to think about is the gap between where clients are doing it by themselves and when they're coming to you. So how can you fill in the gap by providing tools and resources to people inside those areas? Okay. And then our next step is planning. So I'm going to take you through a planning example over here and where we go through the planning sheet. So this is a copy talking about right now, but it'll give you a bit of an idea about planning our course. The first things that we've got to look at is the topic. So what to do. So say for today, we will pick a topic and I will, and we might make, so let's just go. Car maintenance, nice easy one to be able to look at it. What is our delivery style? And now our delivery style could be evergreen, or it could be live, or it could be an in-person training. I'm going to choose evergreen for this one. And we will make it an evergreen course using a tool like Thinkific to be able to put out there. Our focus and goals for the course is to empower students to know how to maintain their car. Our target audience is people who are maybe learning to drive for the first time, have a car and have no idea how to maintain it, or maybe parents or teachers along the way that might like to help others work how to maintain their car. The learning objectives is to understand the running of the car, be maintained, understanding how to tire, all of those sorts of things. So you can see we've done here. And by the end of the course, the students will, and this forms part of your marketing message. So this, by the end of the course, what will the students know? So by the end of the course, how to maintain a car on confidently and put through. So by the end of the course, they will know X, Y, Z. And if we've got specific steps on like how to change it, how to do all of those sorts of things, we would put that in there along the way. So when we think about it, our topic is what do we want to teach about? Our delivery style is how do we want to teach it? Our focus and goals for the course start to form the modules that we'll go into next. Our target audience is starting to identify who our ideal student is and making sure that we know that there is a need. The learning objectives form part of how we put our curriculum together and what we're going to take our students through. And then by the end of the course, we've got some clear calls to actions about what our students are going to take away. So that's our course overview. Other things our course overview needs to include is what do I want to cover? Okay. Delivery methods that you might already have, delivery methods that you might choose. So with their 2-camera video, is there PDFs and downloads that will help work with you along the way? And all of those sorts of things. I will make sure that there's a link in the group very shortly. So in the Facebook group, it may not be coming through. I'll make sure there is a link. So what do you want to cover? The delivery methods you look at to camera, whether it's PDFs, downloads, instructionals, walkthrough guides, all of those sorts of things that are there. The content you've already created is another component in your course overview. So have you already got blog posts? Have you already got ebooks coming through? If you've got anything like that, that they will come through as well. And then just any general notes that you want to have in the course overview. So I've just taken you through the structure. I'm going to give you a few seconds to be able to do that as well. To the user who can't access, good morning. Hey, Julie, you're finding people's gaps in their mathematics. That's awesome. So Julie finds people's gaps in their mathematics. I'm just going to let everyone have a few more seconds. And to the person who can't find the link for the tools on the phone, there is also links. That link is also in our emails that we've just sent out, email alerts, and I will have it in the wrap-up summary today as well for anyone who needs it throughout that process. So we will try and cover you with having those links in as many options as we possibly can. Okay, so a couple of seconds and you've got your course overview. Now I'm just conscious of moving us through time and making sure that we don't run out of time on my session, because that would be horrible. Okay, module topics. I like to have between 6 to 8 modules in a course. Now, those modules are the overlearning topic that is going to take the students through to a win by the end of a module. That's how I like to be able to do it when we go through this process. So what we start to do here is module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4. So we're breaking our end goal of our course down into 8 steps. Now, you may not get to 8 steps. You may only have 3 or 4 modules if it's a mini course. But this is my preferred method when we're nutting out courses, to have some modules along the way. So what do you want to cover in each module, and what win does it want to be? So for example, module 1 might be getting to know the car, walk around the car, all the pieces that need to be in it. Number 2, there might be breaking down piece number 1 of getting to know the car. So it might be how to change your oil and water. And module 3 might be how to look at your windscreen. Module 2 could even be fluids, and then different lessons in there about how to change your oil and water, how to change your windscreen wipers. Module 3 could be wheels. Module 4 could be the engine. Module 5 could be the interior. Module 3 could be the exterior. And you can, Module 6 could be the exterior. You can see from there that we're breaking that down into different areas. When we go through, we just want to make sure that we are, by the end of each module, giving them something, a win again, that they've got to the end and they, okay, well, I know where all the fluids go in my car, for example, or I know what the exterior, or everything on the exterior of my car does. I know what the buttons on the dash do. All of those things from there help us go through and break down the modules in those areas from there. The next component is then breaking those modules down into lessons. So we talk about our topic, what are our module outcomes and objectives that we're going to have for the student. Then our lesson 1. What are we going to teach in lesson 1? What are we going to teach in lesson 2? So if we take the fluids, for example, in the car, the topic is understanding the fluids in your vehicle. Module outcome, understand where the fluids go, what fluids you should use, not use within your car maintenance. So lesson 1 might, and how to work out where your fuel gauge is, all of those sorts of things. Lesson 2 might talk about oil and water within the engine. Lesson 3 might talk about, filling your windscreen wipers. Brake fluid might come into there as well in lesson 4, and just understanding where these pieces all fit into gear, and we're taking them through an end. And then by the end of the 6th lesson, you might wrap it all up into one final wrap-up lesson that gives them the key goals and criteria along the way that they've got through to the end of that particular understanding the fluid, and maybe a checklist along the way about things that they need to check through the process. Now, your lesson planning sheet. So this is a lesson. It does seem like lots of pieces of paper or lots of pieces of planning that you need to go through the process, but that lesson planning sheet then takes our module topics that we've spoken about, and we're breaking it down even further. So the topic, the parent module that it belongs to, the learning objective of that lesson. So if that's understanding how to fill your wiper fluid, that would be your learning objective. The steps and the other steps, the resources that you require. Do you need a presentation? Do you need a video? Do you need a handout? What do you need? And then the next step. So what's the next learning step in the journey that's going to take them through that next component in time throughout the course creation space journey over there? Okay, the course materials plan then, this is when you're starting to work out what you're going to put inside your course. Now, inside the sheets, we've got a whole course list in there as well for you. So what worksheets do you need to include? Is there maybe a checklist or something you can put together that will help as a worksheet for them? What software and tools do you need to screen record? So do you need to use something like Screencastify or Commando Dex is my latest fave, because it actually puts screenshots along the way. What videos that you might need to use. If you are teaching a particular form of software, do you need to include links into that as well? Video content you might have audio that you can already use. Handouts and PDFs if you want to do that. And if you've got any tests or certifications, then how are you going to put those into the course? Now, there are the ability to build in quizzes and those sorts of things along the way in platforms and Thinkific. And we've got Aaron joining us talking about delivery methods that you can use in your course. That's our next session after this one. But any tests or certifications, and if they need to go through a certification or a test, you might need to have a look at that along the way. Okie dokie. So that is the course creation planning process. So going through that structure and going through the opportunities of being able to put them all into lessons. So you're starting from the overview, you're putting it into lessons. The next component of then is obviously recording and putting your course through what we call the course creation life cycle or the course creation journey. Now, I'm thanking you for joining us for this session. Right now, you will find the link to the QR code, as I mentioned, and I will get another link for our people coming through very, very shortly. If you've got any questions for me, the course life cycle is, and this is most probably the one that most probably affects a lot of people when we come through this course creation journey. Here is next session. Is creating your course is the first step. So getting the knowledge out of your head is the first step. Looking at the delivery model is the next step. Looking at then how are you going to put your marketing material together? So I talk about and we've got Lucas joining us on marketing, but I talk about marketing your course while you create it. When you're creating your course, you are the most excited about your course. So if you've got the opportunity to turn to camera and maybe go, hey, we're just recording this course, and this was a top tip that we've included in it, they're really handy pieces of marketing material that you can create, because about 40% of the work of this journey is creating the course, getting the knowledge out of your head. The rest of it is all about marketing it, sharing it through your people, sharing it through to your journey, allowing them to be able to connect with the message that you have along the way. And the component that we want to make sure when we go through this journey is we've carved out enough time not only to teach the course, but to make sure that we market it. Now, when we go into the automation session, I talk about some automation tools to help you with marketing along the way tomorrow. So I will be there to help you. I'm going to throw it over to you for questions now. I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to take myself off screen. You've got the QR code. I'm going to stay on screen. We've got the QR code. If anyone's got any questions for me, please feel free to ask me. I am so excited. As I said, we've got massive amount of sessions coming in over the next couple of days. We're so excited to bring these amazing presenters to you. I'm going to have a sip of water. If you've got any questions, please ask me. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, Dorothy, you do. And I love so I know Dorothy, so she's one of my Course Creators Circle members. She gets so excited when she creates her courses. So I love the Dr. Dot popping off to camera and talking to the kids. If you can get something off to the side of you when you're recording, that would be amazing, because I think that would really help you to be able to connect as well. And Stephanie, I'm so glad that you've got a great amount of information. Now, you guys are the first that are going to get to know this. We are working on a full course creation guide, which my team are hating me right now at the moment. Now, this has books and the opportunity for you to be able to pre-order a call with me if you want to jump in and have a bit of a chat with me about course creation and all of those sorts of things from there. So our Course Creator Circle Guide, and I don't have a link or anything nicely done, is going to print hopefully towards the end of February, early March. We're just going through the processes now, and is available on our website. If you pre-order a copy of the Course Creator Circle Guide, you'll get 2 course creation brainstorming calls with me, which are normally $197. So for $49.95 Australian, and it is all in Australian, for $49.95 Australian, you'll be able to jump in and grab that one right there. So if there are no questions, I'm going to leave us all. Let us take a break, because we are going to come back at 9 a.m. with Aaron from Thinkific. So about 30 minutes from now. With Aaron from Thinkific, and we will delve into the delivery methods that you can use within your course. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being part of the Small Business School Summit. I will have replay emails and replay information along the way, and I'll jump into our Facebook group and make sure all the links have got through to the people who need it over there as well. Okay, I'll see you all soon.